My thumb brushed the screen, a familiar reflex, but the image that bloomed felt like a fist to the gut. It was them. All of them. My parents, beaming, arms slung around my brother, Mark, and his wife, Sarah. My sister, Chloe, stood close, a bright smile on her face, her arm linked through her husband, David's. And then the kids, a messy, joyful pile of nieces and nephews, all squeezed onto the oversized porch swing at the lake house. The lake house. My lake house. The one I'd paid for the new roof on last summer. The one I'd spent countless weekends painting and repairing. My gaze snagged on the caption beneath the photo, a cold, hard knot tightening in my chest. Only the most beloved people. The words didn't just sit there, they vibrated, a sneering, mocking echo in the quiet of my apartment. Only the most beloved. So I wasn't. I wasn't beloved. Not enough to be included. Not enough to even be told they were gathering. They'd done it on purpose. This wasn't an oversight. This was a statement. I stood there, phone clutched tight, the screen's artificial glow a stark contrast to the sudden dimness that had fallen over my world. My breath hitched. A low, guttural sound escaped me, something between a gasp and a choked sob. The air felt thick, heavy, pressing down on my lungs until I couldn't draw a full breath. My vision blurred, the happy faces on the screen swirling into an indistinguishable smear. I didn't call. Not then. Not for hours. My mind raced, spiraling through years of slights, of feeling like the odd one out, the responsible one, the one who always showed up but was never quite there. The one who paid for everything. The one who fixed everything. The one who was always asked for help but never offered it in return. This wasn't a new feeling, just a sharper, more brutal confirmation. The silence in my apartment stretched, punctuated only by the frantic beat of my own heart. I dropped onto the sofa, the phone still in my hand, the photos still glaring. My fingers trembled as I scrolled through the comments. Such a beautiful family. Love this. Cherish these moments. The best people. Each one a fresh cut. My phone vibrated then, a text from Chloe. Hey, did you see Mom's post? So cute. My thumbs hovered over the keyboard. So cute? So cute that your sister was deliberately excluded? So cute that your parents just publicly disowned one of their children? The rage, cold and sharp, began to cut through the hurt. Cute. I typed, my voice hoarse, though no one could hear it. You think it's cute, Chloe? I deleted it. Too much emotion. Too easy for them to dismiss. I typed again. Yeah, I saw it. Interesting choice of caption. I sent it. Her reply came almost instantly. What do you mean? It's just a family photo. A family photo without me. A pause. Then, oh, well, you're always so busy, Brand. We just assumed you wouldn't want to come. My jaw clenched. Assumed? You didn't even ask. Mom said you've been working a lot, and you always complain about the drive to the lake house. The drive to the lake house I own a quarter share of and pay all the maintenance on? The words were out before I could stop them. My fingers flew across the screen, a desperate need to make them understand. The lake house where I spent last weekend patching the deck because Dad didn't have time. Another pause. Longer this time. Look, I'm sure Mom didn't mean anything by it. She meant something by it, Chloe. She meant only the most beloved people. And that doesn't include me. Don't be dramatic, Brand. You know how Mom is. She just gets excited. Excited enough to post a public declaration that I'm not part of the beloved circle? I don't think so. I put the phone down, the screen dark. Chloe's dismissiveness was just as painful as my parents' omission. It was a pattern. Always had been. I was the responsible one, the stable one, the one who handled things. And because of that, I was taken for granted. Expected to understand, to forgive, to always be there. But never truly seen. Never truly appreciated. A deep sigh escaped me, rattling my ribs. I needed to think. I needed a plan. This wasn't just about a photo. This was about years of feeling like a wallet, a handyman, a backup plan. This was about my identity within a family that had always treated me like an outsider. The next morning, a text from Mark. Hey, Mom's a bit upset you're making a big deal out of the photo. She said she's sorry if you feel left out. Feel left out? I typed, a bitter laugh escaping me. Mark, she posted only the most beloved people and explicitly excluded me. That's not feeling left out. That's being publicly disowned. Don't be so dramatic, Brandy. It's just Facebook. Nobody pays attention to that stuff. Evidently, Mom does. And you do, since you're texting me about it. Look, she loves you. You know that. Do I? Because beloved seems to have a very specific definition in our family, and I don't fit it. I didn't wait for his reply. I couldn't. The hollow ache in my chest had morphed into a cold resolve. This was it. The line had been crossed. I called my friend, Lena. Her voice was warm, steady. Hey, you okay? You sound different. Lena, I began, my voice raspy. They did it. My parents. They posted a family photo. Everyone but me. Caption. Only the most beloved people. A sharp intake of breath on her end. No, they did not. Brandy, that's cruel. It's a statement, Lena. A very clear one. What are you going to do? I don't know, I admitted, but even as I said it, an idea, dark and gleaming, began to form. I don't know yet, but I can't just let it go. Not this time. The next few days were a blur of phone calls and texts from my family, each one a variation of, "Why are you being so sensitive?" Or, "It was just a mistake." No genuine apologies. No acknowledgement of the depth of the hurt. Just attempts to minimize, to gaslight, to make me feel like the problem. My mother called. Her voice, usually so saccharine, was laced with irritation. "Brandy, what is going on? You've upset everyone. Mark says you're being hysterical." "Hysterical, Mom? You publicly declared I'm not one of your beloved people. What did you expect? A thank you card?" My voice was tight, barely a whisper. "It was just a silly caption. I didn't think. You're always so busy anyway. We just assumed you wouldn't want to come to the lake house." "You assumed? You couldn't pick up the phone? You couldn't send a text? You just decided I wasn't worthy of an invitation to a family gathering at a property I financially support. Don't talk to me like that, young lady. I am your mother. And I am your daughter, Mom. The one you just erased. You are being ridiculous. You always make everything about you. Funny, I thought this time it was about me not being there. About me not being beloved. The words hung in the air, a thick, suffocating silence. "You need to apologize to your siblings for upsetting them," she finally said, her voice strained. "Apologize for what, Mom? For reacting to being publicly disowned? I don't think so." I hung up. My hand trembled as I set the phone down. The conversation had been a confirmation of everything I already knew. They didn't see me. They never had. That night, I opened my laptop. I scrolled to the photo again. Only the most beloved people. I copied the caption. I scrolled through the comments, noting who had liked and commented. My aunts, uncles, cousins, family, friends. Everyone. Then I opened my banking app. I found the transaction for the new roof on the lake house. The one I'd paid for in full. I found the receipts for the new water heater, the deck stain, the landscaping work. All paid by me. I meticulously compiled a list. Every single expense I had covered for the lake house, for their vacations, for my siblings' emergencies, that somehow never got repaid. It was a long list. A very long list. I then opened a new document. I started writing. Not an angry rant, not a tearful plea. Something cold, precise. "To my dearest family," I began, and my lips twisted into a grim smile. "I hope you are all well. I recently saw the lovely family photo posted by Mom with the caption, 'Only the most beloved people.' It truly warmed my heart to see you all together, enjoying the lake house." I paused, letting the sarcasm sink into the invisible reader. Given this clear statement of who is considered beloved, and by extension, who is not, I feel it's time to reevaluate my role within the family, and specifically, my financial contributions to our shared assets and expenses. I then listed every single expense. Date, amount, purpose. New roof, $18,500. Water heater, $1,200. Deck repairs and stain, $900. Emergency car repair for Mark, $750. Chloe's rent for 2 months, $1,600. The list went on and on. Itemized. Precise. As I am evidently not among the most beloved, and therefore not a fully valued member of this family unit, it no longer feels appropriate for me to continue shouldering these burdens alone. Therefore, I am formally requesting reimbursement for my share of these expenses, totaling $X.XX within 30 days. After that, I will begin charging interest. I continued, my fingers flying. Furthermore, as of today, I will no longer be contributing to any future lake house expenses, nor will I be available for emergency financial assistance for any family member. I will also be removing my name from the lake house deed, and expect to be bought out of my share at current market value, or I will initiate a forced sale. I paused, a deep, satisfying breath filling my lungs. The power in those words. The cold, hard truth of them. I understand this may come as a surprise. However, the message you conveyed through your recent public declaration was equally surprising and, frankly, deeply hurtful. Actions have consequences. And this is mine. I read it over. No emotion. Just facts. Just consequences. I attached the document to an email. I sent it to my parents, Mark, Chloe, Sarah, and David. Every single one of them. And then I blocked them. All of them. On my phone, on social media, on email. Every single avenue of communication. The silence that followed was deafening, but it was a silence of my own making, and for the first time in a long time, it felt peaceful. Days later, my landline rang. It was Lena. Brandy? What did you do? My phone has been blowing up. Your mom called me crying, saying you've gone crazy. Lena's voice was a mix of shock and amusement. I sent them an itemized bill for everything I've ever paid for and told them I'm pulling out of the lake house and cutting them off financially. Lena let out a whoop. Oh my God, Brandy. You actually did it. That's legendary. They called me not beloved, Lena. They wanted to make a statement. So I made one back. Did they reply? Wouldn't know. Blocked them all. But I expect they're furious. Good. Let them be furious. They wanted beloved. They got bereft of Brandy's bank account. A week later, a certified letter arrived. It was from my parents' lawyer. They were willing to negotiate a buyout for the lake house. And they wanted to discuss the outstanding debts. My heart hammered, a surge of triumph. It was working. They were taking me seriously. I hired my own lawyer, a sharp, no-nonsense woman named Evelyn. We met, and I laid out the entire story, showing her the photo, the caption, the email I sent. She just nodded, a small smile playing on her lips. So, they want to play hardball, do they? Evelyn said, her eyes glinting. Let's play. The negotiations were brutal. My parents tried to deny some of the expenses, claiming they were gifts. My siblings tried to act like they had no idea about the money I'd given them. But I had proof. Every bank transfer, every receipt. Evelyn was a bulldog. She ripped through their flimsy excuses, presenting my evidence with cold, calculated precision. Finally, after weeks of back and forth, they caved. They agreed to pay me back a significant portion of the money, though not all of it. And they agreed to buy out my share of the lake house at a fair market value. The check arrived, a hefty sum that would change my life. I held the check in my hands, a strange mix of emotions swirling within me. Relief, yes, but also a profound sadness for the family I thought I had. The one that was never truly there. I deposited the check. Then I booked a solo trip somewhere far away, where no one knew my name or my family history. I needed to reconnect with myself. The person I was before the constant need to please, to fix, to be beloved consumed me. The day before I left, I received an unblocked text from my mother. It was brief. We miss you, Brandy. We really do. I looked at the message, then at the photo on my phone, still saved, a reminder. Only the most beloved people. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. I was building a new life, a new family of choice, where I was genuinely cherished, not just tolerated. And that, I realized, was a far greater fortune than any amount of money. I closed my eyes, a genuine smile touching my lips. I was finally free.